All right, welcome to Expectations versus Reality. I'm sure a lot of you have had experience with this. You know, you see fast food advertisements, the food looks absolutely glorious. Then you actually get it and it looks nothing like the advertisement you saw. But, you know, you were kind of expecting that was going to happen because it's fast food. Also, when people meet me in person, oftentimes the first line is, oh, you're actually a lot shorter than I expected. I know that because you only see me from the torso up here in these videos, it's easy to think that I'm this like glorious 6'3" specimen of a human being, when in fact I'm just like a modern day incarnation of Napoleon Bonaparte. So that happens quite a bit too. Anyway, Expectations versus Reality subreddit, where I guess it's not always bad here. Sometimes things are actually better than expected and they get posted on here. But for the most part, things like that fast food experience. So let's start down a little bit and we'll see some things that were expected to come out one way and turned out a little bit different. Why don't we start down here with number 21? Well, that's scary. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. What in the world? It's like something the Texas Chainsaw Massacre dude would wear. What the hell, dude? Pooh Bear mask that actually just should be worn only by serial killers in horror movies. Oh my God. That's horrifying. Buying clothes online. I've actually, you know what? Oh God, imagine the weird tan lines. That's the top comment. I've never bought clothes online, surprisingly enough. So I don't have any firsthand experience with this. Also, I've never bought a bikini online either, surprisingly. That would give you some odd tan lines. Like once you start wearing that, you just can't ever go to a bikini. You're just stuck with that. Or you go back to a one piece and then you can go to a bikini after, but that seems a little bit impractical. This is how much disappointment almost $90 gets you from 1-800-Flowers. That's $90 in flowers? I suppose maybe if once they all bloom, it'll look a little bit bigger. Are flowers that expensive? Oh God, I'm gonna sound like a horrible person. Everyone watching this is like, you've never bought flowers for anyone? Not even your mom for Mother's Day? Nope. Hey, you know what? This year, I offered to get my mom like a nice weekend at the like nicest resort area where she lives. And she's like, I appreciate the offer, but just come on an art tour of downtown LA with me instead. I'm like, okay, I guess we still need to do that. So I haven't executed my Mother's Day present for this year yet. But hey, I guess she didn't want the night at the fancy resort and stuff. Maybe next year. Swimming pool. Is that actually? I wonder if that's an actual listing. This is what a little photography magic can do. So when you see things on Instagram, always take it with a little grain of salt. I don't mean with my Instagram. I've never done this sort of thing with my Instagram where I, try to make things look more glorious than they really are. But things aren't always what they seem. God, imagine how disappointed you would be. Those are the actual photos. You went to like an Airbnb or something, and then you see that bottom one. You're like, well played. Can't even be mad. Can't even be mad because the photos weren't photoshopped. They're just taken at the right angle, Going to the gym. I feel like this could be something I relate to. Me plus bench press equals lots and lots of women. Reality is me plus bench press equals dudes. All dudes. It's kind of true to an extent. It's the same as supercars, right? Like I've actually on the vlog channel, I was thinking about making a video where I feel like, many people have talked about this before, but why not add to the conversation? Which is that here's how it works with this kind of thing, okay? And someone I was talking to like a couple months ago made a good analogy. Sales versus marketing, right? So if you get a supercar or if you're like super ripped and look good, generally that's not going to like just have people of the opposite sex flock to you, right? Well, unless you're the female driving the car, and then dudes will flock to you. That's definitely a thing that happens. But from the male driving the car and like women coming up to you, it doesn't really happen. However, right, that's sales. If you just pull up to the curb, no one's gonna just like flock to you and be like, oh yeah, look at you. I'm so interested in you. However, if you are striking up an already interesting conversation, you're having a good time with someone, then, oh, by the way, would you like to head somewhere, and you present like a supercar or you look good, that doesn't hurt you with like that. And that's the marketing side. It's just you're marketing yourself a little bit further. So it certainly doesn't hurt, but nobody just like flocks to you. But when it comes to cars, dudes, they're dude magnets for sure. It's all dudes who walk up to you and they're like, oh, what kind of car is that? How much did it cost? What do you do? Those are the 3 common questions. What is it? How much? What do you do? That happens most times. And then I haven't had too many like people come up to me like on the from the male side being like, nice pecs, bro. Maybe I need to work on my pecs a little bit more. Admittedly, they're probably one of the more lacking attributes. Anyway, went on a little bit of a tangent with that one. Cotton Candy McFloat. I can just imagine this is going to be a real disappointing one. Fast food marketing photos. Oh my God, what is that? That's so disappointing. That's so bad. Like, in fairness, I'm sure it's just real sugary and tastes great. But, oh, I can imagine like a 5-year-old, just the marketing poster is on the wall in the McDonald's. He orders it, super stoked to get this thing. Comes out like this, just like between the photo and the drink. Real disappointed. Me out in public versus me at home. I feel like that's kind of the case for everyone, though. If you're being conscious of your appearance when you're going somewhere, I mean, yeah, sure, you're gonna have a good posture. Maybe you comb your hair or something. I don't do that. I do the hand comb. This is the full extent of my hairstyle. As I wake up, I go. That's about it for the day. I never put any product in my hair because it's gross. It just feels gross to have like gel or gunk. Ugh, no thank you. I'm au natural, no makeup on. I don't even put foundation on when I'm gonna record these videos. You got this, where is it? You got this zit right here. Not any perfection going on here. Just look at it now. Just look at it. Now that's the only thing you're gonna be able to focus on for the rest of the video is that zit. Yeah, but oh dude, when it's just I try to be conscious of this when I'm recording videos on games and stuff. It's so easy to get gamer face, especially when I'm not recording. It goes really badly. You're just looking at the screen like, it's a thing. Gamer face is a thing. You just lose all focus on maintaining your facial posture because it takes a lot of effort. If you look at photos of people who are modeling things on billboards and stuff, it's a lot of effort that goes into the facial posture there. It's a respectable talent to know how to make your face look good without a mirror in front of you. It's tough to do. I can't take good photos. I'm just garbage at it. I think I'd have a very hard time ever trying to model anything. No, it's not gonna work. Groom's cake disaster, what we wanted versus what we got. Oh boy, it's gonna be a really sad wedding cake. Oh my, what? It's so bad. I feel like they would have been better off just putting in like plastic action figurines versus trying to model it out with fondant or whatever they used. Yes, I actually know what fondant is. I'd like to consider myself a very classy individual. A couple experiences I've had with cakes in my lifetime. I know what fondant is. Probably pronouncing it wrong too. That's got to be so disappointing when it comes to a wedding cake because you can't do anything about that. Like, it shows up on your wedding day. Actually, I don't know how far in advance you get your wedding cake. I've never planned a wedding, but I assume there's not really much time to put in corrections. You're just like, all right, this is great. Let's just go to the grocery store and buy a basic big rectangular one. It's better than that. Ordered cake on left, received cake on right. All right, we're getting into the cakes here, I suppose. We need just like the text to kill me over the top of the right one. I don't even think the left one looks that great. It honestly just looks like well manicured whipped cream. I know it's frosting, but if you just sprayed out some whipped cream onto a plate, you could probably make it just about look like the one on the right pretty easily. The one on the left would take a little bit more talent, but I bet you there's someone really talented with whipped cream who could just draw that out in a heartbeat. Not terribly impressed with either. I wonder what the comments say. The bloody claws are unsettling. I didn't even think about that. Just got done killing someone. Well then, what do we have here? I mean, you can see that from the outside. It's not exactly like, yeah, with a glance you think it's on the lollipop, but you should have seen that one coming. I don't have too much sympathy there. I bet that was bought at like a zoo or something. It just looks like it looks like road surface you would find at a zoo. combined with the panda lollipop. I don't even care. I'd eat the lollipop. At the end of the day, it's sugar. Like all these things, all the cakes and everything, it's sugar. I love sugar. I'd eat it. What a news station actually looks like. Wait, that couldn't, for some reason, I very much doubt that that's actually real. Is that real? Because obviously most of the time it's a green screen and they have a big news desk in front of it, but that's real next level. That's like the equivalent of if I were doing a video right now not wearing pants and you couldn't tell because, well, you don't get any bottom up. I could just not have pants on right now. Same with that dude, doesn't care. I'm not gonna wear shoes, no one's gonna see it, why bother? I wonder if news anchors actually, when they're sitting behind that desk, why bother wearing shoes? You know, it doesn't matter, no one's gonna see it unless they have to like walk somewhere. Weather guy has to wear shoes. Why bother? It's not on camera. It's like when you're building a set for animation, that's not gonna be on camera. We don't, just empty. We don't need that. You know, that's how it works. They don't build a whole world for those Pixar movies. They just build what's gonna be in the shot. It's just empty other than that. Yeah, but I remember I was like super disappointed the first time that I ever learned that, oh, they're not actually like at this great viewpoint filming all these news shows. They're just in an indoor studio in front of a green screen. That's disappointing. I know I was really young and I was actually really saddened by that. Okay, please kill me. What do we have here? I feel like there's no way that you could ever expect that would turn out looking good. Eggs are too hard to control. You know how I was saying with the cakes, like, hey, I'd eat it. It doesn't look that bad. This might freak me out a little bit too much because it's made out of eggs. So it makes you think of things that were almost living, but not. And now it looks like something that is living and wants to die. It might just be a little bit too much for me. I'd be like, I can't handle this. Sorting your clothes by color. I wouldn't know what this is because all my clothes are grayscale. Hey, that's exactly what it looks like. I predicted it without even attempting to predict it. That's my life, dude. That is exact. I can relate so much to this now. Because really, do many people have a wardrobe that can be sorted like that? I feel like most people have a color. My color just happens to be not having a color. Don't forget to tip your dog groomer. Ask groomer to shave a heart on my dog's butt. Probably should have shown the photo, maybe, instead of being like shit. Because if I told someone, or if I was told as a dog groomer, shave a heart in my dog's butt, I'd probably do the thing on the right. I'd be like, why do you want that? But okay. My wife's McDonald's cone in the drive-thru last night. Hey, that's, I mean, if you're on a diet, then maybe that's bad. But you know what? I think McDonald's has redeemed themselves from the cotton candy drink that we saw a little while back that wasn't the most appealing thing. God dang. What are the comments on this one? Reality beats the expectation. Who would have thought? It's the first one so far. As a small child, that would be very exciting. If that happened to me now, I'd actually be more disappointed because I'd be like, you just presented me with all this and I don't like wasting things, so it's all gonna go into my body and I'm gonna feel badly about myself. In and out. What we got here. That looks pretty accurate. Am I missing something? Because it just seems like, yeah, that is what it is. But also, it looks like the photo on the right is also a marketing photo. Maybe it's not, but it kind of looks like it could also be a marketing photo. So we're comparing marketing photo to marketing photo. But I mean, yeah, that's, a burger can look like that fairly easily. Reality looks better than expectation. That looks pretty similar to me. So here's the thing, and it's so funny that this topic actually came up last night. I was talking to someone about it. In-N-Out, it's a good burger, don't get me wrong. But people like absolutely rave about In-N-Out being the best burger ever. So there's this one place that it's called The Counter, and they have some stellar burgers. And I think you have to add the asterisk with In-N-Out that like in the classification of fast food, cheap burgers, it's good stuff. But if you like bring it up into the tier of more gourmet restaurant burgers, it's like, oh my God, The Counter is so good. Oh, it's so good. Just, you get that big, you can choose like third of a pound, half a pound. They even do a pound patties there. Oh my God, I saw someone get one of those once. It was a mistake. I didn't get it, but they were like, I've made a terrible mistake. 1 pound? Oh my God. Family friend hired SpongeBob for a birthday party. Man covered in sponges appears. This is the top of all time. So this is big stuff. What was promised? What showed up? That's not even like hard to get right. You just go buy a SpongeBob costume. The dude must just be like, he's so amused with himself and his running gag of going to birthday parties looking like that, because it's not hard to look like the one on the left. Maybe he's worried about trademark infringement, and he's like, oh, if I'm making money selling myself as SpongeBob, I can't use the official costume. I've got to make my own, even though it's still SpongeBob, and I'm using SpongeBob to market myself, so really I'm not avoiding the trademark infringement. But you know what? Hey, you gotta respect the effort. He actually used sponges, which is more than can be said from the real costume. I bet there's no real sponges in the real costume. I bet it's just a bunch of cotton and nylon. This is more authentic, all right? It's actual sponges. Respect the effort that he put into it there, even if it's a little weird. It's not horrifying, it's just a little weird. It kind of makes me think of like when you see a show and they switch the voice actor for the lead character, which I think they did for SpongeBob at one point. And you're like, that's a little weird. I don't like that. That's like the same reaction here with that costume. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you. Who lives in a box under the bridge? That's all, folks. Expectations versus reality. Make sure you liked if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to see more videos like this. Subscribe if you're not already. And if you want to listen to the music playing right now in the background, it's over on Marin Music. Link in the outro. I'll see you next time.